welcome back to my channel and welcome back to part 2 of my mini series. I am so excited to jump in today. We're going to be starting off in the den today. I know, surprise. I didn't originally plan to start off with the den. I was originally planning on doing the patio and the bathroom, but then I looked at the den and I got a lot of inspiration for it. Now I just want to give you guys forewarning before I start. As you can see, Miles is in the picture today. I don't know what he wants. I don't know why he is here right now. He is just in the mood to be very, very close to me. He's a little clingy right now. So if you see him moving around, I just want to apologize in advance. But let's just jump right into what you guys came here for. So of course, like always, we're gonna start off with the mood board for this room. And so, guys, I know in the last room, I was like, pops of color. I love pops of color. In this room, we kind of went crazy with color because if this was my den, honestly, I would make it into an office space. Like, it's a 1-bedroom. And of course I would want a place to be able to make videos for you guys. I would want a place to just be able to just like get work done and, you know, just feel nice in the space that I'm getting work done in. So that's why I just added a lot of colors that would just make me happy in this space. So we got a color explosion going on here. So up at the top, you will see, I don't know if it picks up for you guys, but it is a very dark blue. Now I was grabbing inspiration from this from the dresser makeover that I did. That is my very first video. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it down below. And I did this color that was called Night Magic at Walmart. I love that color. It is a beautiful color. It looks black, but it's blue, so it's a very dark, rich blue, and I love it. It makes everything look elegant, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so that whole bookshelf area is kind of just like, there's a bookshelf nook over to the side, and that's the color that I would be going for. Now, I wouldn't just be going for that color on the bookshelf. I would actually be going for that color on the bookshelf as an arch. Yes, I said an arch. Now, I know you guys saw when I first pulled up the mood board in the bottom corner, the desk area that has the arch. And so I would actually do 2 arches in this room with these 2 colors. So there would be the orange one that would be on the back wall. And that would be, of course, behind the desk area. And then I would actually outline the bookshelf area in this Night Magic blue wall because I feel like it would just add this like nice elegance to the bookshelf. I think the orange and the blue would play off well on each other. And I think it would just add character to the room. Now, if you go up in between those 2 pictures, you see that there is a desk picture. If you guys can hear what's going on outside, I'm very sorry. It's the same car all the time that happens with. And I don't know what's wrong with that car, but it should go off here in a second. But yeah, like I was saying, in the middle. What? Okay, like I was saying, in the middle of those 2 pictures is a desk area, and it's kind of in front. I know it kind of looks like it's the same picture as the other bookcase picture, but it's not. This picture, I just really wanted to emphasize where the desk placement was, because I personally don't like desks being shoved up against a wall. I like to look out at things when I'm sitting behind a desk. I don't really like to look at a wall when I'm sitting behind a desk, if that makes any sense. So I would actually move the desk kind of up more, so you would be sitting behind the desk and then facing outward towards the hallway and area that way, instead of you having, like in the arch picture, having the desk pushed all the way up to the wall and you facing the wall. So I just wanted to make sure that I put that distinguisher in there so that you guys know how I would place it if I was going to place that in the room. Now, up in the corner, this is a green ottoman that is beautiful. Now, I actually got inspiration for this ottoman originally from this green chase that I found. I had this saved in my photos for a while now. It had nothing to do with this video. I was just looking up furniture for this room, and I saw that green chase just in my photos, and I love the color. I just love the like richness and elegance of it, like just the vibe that it gives off. And so instead of doing a chase, because like we showed, the room is not that big, so the chase would take up most of the room, I was thinking we could do this ottoman. And so how I would place this ottoman would actually be right in front of the desk. So you know how like when you walk into an office, there are chairs, there's seating. Well, this ottoman would be the place of those chairs and those seating. So it would be kind of like this like rich, elegant, like ottoman area that if people came over, they were talking to you, they could sit there. But also I was just thinking with the play of the bookshelf and just this being kind of your area to express yourself and do the things that you wanted to do, you could like take some time, chill out on the ottoman, you know, relax, read a book, just like have your own space to just sit and chill there as well. So those are the two kind of reasons that I chose the ottoman, and that's why I also chose the long ottoman, just because it just gives you more space to relax on, if that makes any sense. But yeah, now jumping down below that, what you guys will kind of see, it's kind of like hidden behind the arch picture, but it's this like glass wall looking sector. Now I actually decided to do this more so in a mirror type way instead of like a glass wall division, and so that's how it's used in this picture. And so basically the idea behind that is so this den is open completely, and since there is no upper like wall, like the box off of it doesn't have like a lip wall, you couldn't put anything up there. So if you wanted to do like barn doors to close it off, that's not really probable, or any type of like, you could do a curtain, but I feel like there are so many other ways that we can divide spaces now that a curtain is just like, I feel like that should be the last resort. Like the last resort, unless you really, really want to do a curtain. If you do, then do a curtain. There's no issues. But I just feel like for this design and for this room, it would just be beautiful to do this type of gallery division. Oh wait, no, it's called an industrial mirror. And so with this industrial mirror, if you were to place it kind of between the wall and the opening, you would for one side get a beautiful mirror that you could check yourself out at. It's in the entryway, so if you were leaving, you could check yourself out in the mirror. And then it also gives you just a little bit of division from the rest of the space, so it kind of closes off the room just a little bit and gives it its own, it makes it feel like its own separate space, if that makes sense. So yeah, I just decided that that would be really cool aspect to add, and since it doubles there for you, that would be a beautiful thing. And especially in apartments, you're always trying to find ways to just make accommodations and like use things multi-purposely basically. So yeah, now jumping down to the far corner, what you guys will see there is baskets. So this is just a representation of like decor items that I would put in there. So of course you have your bookshelf area, that would be a great place to put baskets. I love using baskets because you can throw your junk into baskets and then just like push them away, and then it looks like the area is nice and clean and crisp, but in reality you just dumped everything into a basket and no one can see it anymore. So that's something that I would do in there. I would definitely take inspiration from the little decor items that they have in the bookcases, and I will get into that later with you guys on how I would find those and where I would get those from. But yeah, and then in the top corner, there's a little rug. Now the rug will be optional. I went for a gray rug because I felt like we went with so much color in this room that I didn't want to do a rug that was like crazy. So I just went with a simple gray rug. I'm saying it's optional though, because I know that a lot of times when you put rugs on top of carpet, some people don't like that, some people do. So I'm gonna say for this style, it will be an optional thing. And I wouldn't say it would be like a for sure thing that I would do. I just like rugs. So yeah, but moving on, let's jump into, of course, the places I would get this stuff from and the prices that I found it at. I did not total it this time because I totally forgot, and I'm just now remembering that. So please do not come at me for that. If you have a calculator, follow along with me and just leave a comment down below how much the total was. It might be a little confusing though, because I'm giving multiple options in this room, just because there are so many different ways that you can do things in this room, and there are a lot of DIY advantages here. So first things first, of course, we have to start off with furniture. So for furniture, I did find a black desk. I found a black desk on Facebook Marketplace, and it was $25. Now, I know we've been over these things before. If you do not want a desk that's been used before, there are other stores you can go to, okay? But I did not even include that in this one because you really shouldn't be going to like high-end stores for desks, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. The desk that I currently have came from a thrift store for $15. There is nothing wrong, especially when it comes to furniture, to buying those things like the wood furniture secondhand, because it is so easy to sand those down, repaint them, and they're brand new. You can clean them easily, and they're brand new. So that's why I'm just gonna leave the Facebook Marketplace $25 one, because you don't need to spend that much on a black desk. I promise you, it'll still look the same. Now for the green Ottoman, there were two options, okay? One is gonna be your larger option, so the one that has a bit more space for lounging and relaxing, which I found at Amazon for $139. And then the second one is gonna be a smaller one for like $89.99. So this one is gonna be more so for guests and just that look of an office feel instead of the relaxing look that I was telling you guys about before. So because this one is just a little bit smaller, I don't necessarily like the legs on it. I'm really just using this as a reference photo and a reference place that you could go, because there were so many that I found on Amazon. So I was actually doing this very quickly to get this content out for you guys. So I'm pretty sure you could find a similar product. I just really liked the green in it, and so that's why I just chose this one for now. It's kind of like a placement. It's a for now. But yeah, now when it came to the mirror, this mirror is going to be the biggest thing that you would probably have to do in this room. The mirror, if you just want to just buy it and be done, you could get this mirror at Amazon for $159.99. Now I forget if it had the lines already in it, but if it didn't already have the lines in it, all you would have to do is just electrical tape, and you just create the grid and you are done. Now the other option is the DIY option. Now I found the Sorry Girls blog, and so they actually have everything written out on how they created this type of mirror. They have videos from their YouTube channel on how they created this type of mirror. I will link their page down below. And so some of the things that they used in this were the IKEA lots, which are their mirrors, their small mirrors, and they are about $10 for a pack of 4. And then they also use plywood. So for reference, I just did the Lowe's plywood, which would be $10 for like half of the plywood that they used. So for 2 to make up the entire thing would be about $20 there. And so overall, roughly, because once you factor in, like, you have to get more mirrors, of course, because 4 is not going to be enough. And then you factor in the paint and you factor in like the little division areas. I'd say this project would run you roughly around $100. So those are the 2 options. You could either buy it just from Amazon and do your own electrical tape if it doesn't already have the grids on it for you, or you can DIY it yourself. I just wanted to give those 2 options there because I know sometimes we'll look at things and we'll think they're like these most beautiful like masterpieces, and you think to yourself, you're like, that probably cost an arm and a leg. I could never have that piece in my home. But in reality, you can. If you go online and figure out how to DIY it, it may take some time. You may have to set aside a few paychecks for it, but you can have it, and it is reasonable. So don't think that you can't. Now, jumping down to decor items, for the arches, so the main pieces of this room that will tie it all together, these arches I found at Amazon. For the smaller scale one, not as large as in the picture, you could get their peel and stick, so you do not have to paint anything. You could get them for $31.99. Now, if you wanted the larger one that you saw in the picture, if you saw the picture and you are just now obsessed with it and you don't see any other way, you can get them at Etsy. There were a lot of people that sold them at Etsy. I just found this one store. You could probably find it somewhere else for cheaper. This lady was doing it as a custom piece, and I just really liked the cracks and stuff in it. Would I use it in this room? No, but I liked it. And it was just a reference photo that I found for you guys, and roughly it was about $139.90. Now, you also can paint. You could paint this, and that would make this a whole lot cheaper, a whole lot more reasonable for you. Like, I know we've been over it in the past. If you paint it, you do have to paint it back. I get it. I understand that that is not something that everyone wants to do, but it does take your price down when you do these things yourself. So just keep that in mind. So when it comes to paint, we've already been over how much paint costs. If you didn't watch the last video, I don't know why you're here, because it don't make no sense for you to be in the den when we already did the living room. Go back to the living room, start there, and then come back to the den, okay? So we've already gone over paint, so you guys should know by now, just change the color. Whatever color you choose, go look at the paint swatches, figure out what color works best for you. Tell the man he gonna mix it up, get that paint, paint it. Secondly, we have baskets for decor items. Now for the baskets, you can honestly get these like anywhere. I got some, so 4 baskets. It's a set of 4 for $25 at Facebook Marketplace. I found those there. They were in great condition. You could always change the color too if you wanted to as well. Or if you went to Walmart, you could get a set of 3 that actually look a lot like the picture. And those ones were 3 for $31.65. So those are 2 options there for baskets. And then when it came to just the smaller decor items, just to like liven up the room, you know, just put those finishing touches on the room, I would honestly go to Dollar Tree. There are so many different like glassware and like cute like vases that you can find at Dollar Tree. And I would honestly do the chalk method, which is basically when you put baking soda into paint and you mix it up and then you paint it. And that would give you the look of that was on those bookcases, those chalk looking vases, the little chalk dishwares and stuff like that. And you only pay $1 for it. And honestly, I think for paint, you can do a paint swatch, and paint swatches like just the small ones of paint are like $2 at most places. You could go and get those. It's not a lot of paint, but you don't really need a lot of paint to be doing to be doing vases and stuff like that. So like depending on how many vases you get, if you got like 5 vases and then a paint swatch for like $2, that's like $7 right there that you spent just on decor items. So yeah, now like I said, the rug is optional. I would go with a gray rug. That is just my personal preference. That is just what I would do. But that is going to be the conclusion of this den area. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed just walking through this room with me. Please leave a comment down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are not yet subscribed, subscribe. Why not? We have fun here. We do fun things here. So join the fam. And I will catch you guys in our next stage of this apartment. I don't know where it's gonna be. I don't know, but you're just gonna have to come back to find out.